So, I mean, you're just like, you're not going to do it, huh? What's up, everyone? Thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We're a pro wrestling combat sports podcast, and we do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. I'm Jeremy. It's Wednesday. We're going to be previewing AEW Dynamite. It's the go-home show ahead of All In Wembley. And, dude, what are you doing? What? What do you mean? What is on your head? I got hurt. I lost my gauze. First of all, man, that wasn't gauze. That was a paper towel with what looked like red paint on it. Joe's trying to come. Illegal brother-in-law Joe is in the house. About to drop in here. Mark, what is... this is my amazing puppet friend, Mark the Monster. I've been injured. I got an ouch. What? How could you have possibly been injured? I'm gonna need workman's comp or something. I feel like I gotta get a check. Yeah, I got a bump on my head. I was bleeding. You weren't bleeding. You can't be. There's no way you were bleeding. Yeah. I was. There was blood. I had blued. Oh, and now my bandage is coming off. Joe, what is the issue with this guy? I don't understand the issue. Joe, we got your request. While you're not in here, help me solve it. Joe. Oh, I've been hurt. Joe, what is this about?
Did he go on like a water
ride? I got hit with a beer can.
How did you get hit with a beer can? I just want to know.
I got hit with a beer can.
Okay. This one thing. How can you get hit with a beer can when the person you're with doesn't drink?
I was doing research. I went to an event, and maybe there was a beer can thrown. Okay. You didn't go. You weren't at the event. You didn't go there. None of us went. Anyone who doesn't know, there's a story coming out that Hulk Hogan was in the Cleveland area past couple days promoting his All-American, Real American Ale, I think it is.
Yeah.
And there's a story coming out that someone may have been hit with a beer can and needed some stitches.
Oh.
I had blued, Joe. My outer shell was compromised, and my insides were on the outside. None of that happened. You weren't. There was no blood. There was no injury. You weren't hurt. Nothing like this happened. What? My hair's a mess, Joe. I'm furrier than you, and I got a boo-boo.
Well, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
How did the beer taste when you got hit in the head with a can of beer?
It was full can. Took bam right in the old dome. I think I'm concussed. Yeah.
So you don't smell like beer.
Somebody call Mike Misney. I want to make somebody pay. Joe, I'm filing for workman's comp. Do you handle that? You weren't there. You didn't get injured. I'm dying, Joe.
Okay,
Joe,
look,
you're not dying.
Look.
Am I already dead?
Look.
No, you're not already dead.
Hey, workman's comp only deals with you on the clock, not outside.
It was work related. It was a work related injury.
So you're gonna use a can of beer. That means you will get fired. Your partner in crime, right?
Wasn't drunk.
Will get fired.
Did someone say I was drunk?
Let's put like
you're
this.
drunk.
I
haven't been drinking. You're drinking.
We'll put it this way: if you file for workman's comp that would mean you
I want a lawyer.
and the big guy can lose his job because of you if you file for workman's comp. Since y'all both are tag team together, hit by hit.
Oh,
So if you file for workman's comp, big guys with you, you can lose the job. You can make him lose the job because he was around you and y'all doing a fraud. And since he be in the fraud with
a
you,
frog?
he'll fraud.
Frog? Ribbit?
Yeah. So you committed a frog, aka
Oh.
fraud. And
So what you're saying is I'm not getting a check.
what I'm saying is you file for workman's comp, the big guy loses his job, and he probably would never get hired by anybody else ever again because of that fraud will be on his name forever.
He can't file for workman's comp, Joe, because he wasn't even there.
If he feels it's workman's comp, I'm just explaining it to him. I'm letting him know if he feels it's work related. I'm just letting him know in the nicest way what could happen, and I'm sure he don't want to see you lose your job and you be hit with the fraud, and nobody would ever want to hire you again.
Yeah, nobody wants that, Mark. All right, I guess I'm not injured. I guess I didn't get hit with a beer can.
Okay.
I guess there's no get-rich-quick scheme. What? You want to just do some of the stuff that keeps the lights on? Can you do that? Oh, all right. Yeah, we're brought to you by Prince Nine Coffee. You can go Prince Nine Coffee, promo code, don't say the F word, save yourself 10%. What's in the cup? We're also brought to you by the Sticker Lounge. That's right, the Sticker Lounge. You know, stickers are the new business cards. Nobody wants your crummy piece of paper in their back pocket, getting butt sweat on it. Nobody wants that. Instead, go to the Sticker Lounge, promo code podcast15, save 15% on these awesome, they're vinyl, weatherproof stickers. Stick them on your car, put them on your bike, put them on your motorcycle, put them on your helmet. If you have a pet turtle, I don't know, maybe you can put them on your pet turtle. I don't really know the rules there. That might not be a good idea, actually. Yeah, let's not stick these to animals. But hey, Joe, you got a little kid. Stick one of these to your little kid.
I'll put on the book bag.
There we go. Yeah, the backpack's like the bumper of a child. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, backpack sticker, bumper sticker. Same thing. Tomorrow, big guy is going to be interviewing some military magicians. That's right, magicians on mission. They'll be stopping by, letting us know what's going on with their nonprofit, all the great things they do to help troops around the world. So, yeah, he's going to do that. I'll probably be there. I don't want to talk to a puppet, right? Magicians, puppets, that stuff makes sense together. Hey, Joe, did you see Jeremy's shirt?
I did see the shirt. Yes, I did. I told you everybody going to want that shirt. Told you.
Force equals mass times acceleration. Tsunami physics, son. Yeah, it's a pretty cool shirt, Joe. I drew that. You did not. You didn't draw it. He didn't draw this.
He didn't.
I drew it. I got hurt. That's not.
No.
I'm moving the camera back. Trying to hang out back here with all the guns that we got going on.
No, okay.
Sorry about that, folks. I can't even explain his behavior today.
It's a typical Wednesday, so no big deal. Middle of the week.
Got a lot of stories coming out of our area, wrestling related, all involving Hulk Hogan this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my friends, her son took a picture with him. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, what?
You know, I would have liked to have gone there. So, whenever I was a kid, real little kid, like early elementary school, somehow through my mom knew a guy who was a ref for WWE and got me a Polaroid picture of Hulk Hogan backstage at some arena. I had it thing forever. I was a kid. It was always in my room, and I always wanted to meet Hogan. Never met Hogan. Who knows? Maybe someday. I got a feeling he's probably creeping towards being canceled again. So Might be iffy.
I think he is getting canceled.
Yeah, it seems though he made some more. He said some more things he shouldn't have said, and he's done some things he shouldn't have done. And reportedly, someone at one of his events in Ohio got hit with a beer can. Unclear how that happened, and I'm not going to speculate. I wasn't there. I feel like it's 2024. There's probably video or pictures of it taking place somewhere along the way. Mm-hmm. So, so your sister said, what would you do if you got hit with a beer can at a Hulk Hogan event? Me? If I got hit? I said, yeah. I said, I would go to them immediately and say, hey, listen, we can work out a deal right now. Let me interview Hulk Hogan while I'm pumping out blood from my forehead, and we can settle this for a couple T-shirts and an interview. Handle it right there like that. No problem.
What would I do? Well, I would just, depending on where it was at, I would just say, let me have like a lifetime membership and coming in here and getting like a free drink or something, or free meal every time I come up in there. That'd be
not a bad idea. Yeah.
I could, instead of going to court, wasting all that time, probably just gonna be like a little Band-Aid cut, nothing. Just give me like lifetime, like free drink, beer, food, wherever it was at. That would be about it.
Yeah, that's not a horrible idea. Hopefully, I don't find myself in a situation where I'm getting beamed with a beer can. So I don't gotta make a decision like that anytime in the near future.
I would say the only time you probably have to worry about that if you're at Applebee's or if Kate's boyfriend bring a beer can over and just throws it at you for the heck of it.
Well, I'm probably not going to find myself in a situation where I'm at an Applebee's at a time frame where it's likely for a beer to be thrown. This ain't the old days, Joe. I'm not out late. I don't know. I feel like you might be aware. I'm not exactly a being out late kind of guy. Not really my thing.
I mean, like who celebrates a birthday party at 5 p.m. at being an adult? 5 p.m. That'd be
you. Listen, man. I've never been a be out late kind of guy. Even if I go back in the day of I don't know, let's go back to 20, going out for watching UFC fights and shit like that. Man, I didn't like being out late. It was not my idea of a great. And most of the time, full disclosure, man, I fell asleep in bars a lot. Not even drinking. I didn't drink in my 20s. I was just tired. I'm not good at staying up late. It's not my thing. It's never been my thing. I'm a wake up early guy. I wake up early.
You wake up early. I can admit to.
I've never been let's go out late and do anything. My grandma told me at a very young age, nothing good happens after 10 p.m. She was right.
That is true.
Right? Now I can't say I haven't been out late. I have. And I've been out late shit's gone sideways. I can tell you with 100% certainty, I have never been out for breakfast at a breakfast hour and shit's ever gone sideways. I've never found myself at a Denny's at 9 a.m. getting pancakes and shit went bad. Mm-hmm. Now I have been at IHOP at 1, 2 in the morning trying to get some pancakes and some shit has gone bad.
Yeah, you hit the club hour closing.
It was a rough go. There's a The story's funny, but it's for a different time. But it involves our boy Steroid Steve. And and a lot of people. There are a lot of people.
Okay.
But it didn't go too bad. It just had the potential to go really bad. It didn't go like crazy. But it had the potential. Your sister went, brought the cops in, and we were sat alone on one side of the restaurant. It was a whole thing.
Okay, whole thing. Gotcha. All right.
You know what else is the whole thing, Joe?
What's that?
Monday Night Raw.
I
thought Raw was a good show.
It was a good show.
I
caught some of the things that would happen.
You hit the nail on the head with Bronson Reed.
I know.
And the monster among monsters gonna be having a feud. I mean, you hit that one perfectly, man.
It was just a matter of time.
Just really, truly spot on. Like that might have been your most accurate prediction ever.
And then I told you about the Kofi Kingston doing the veteran speech with Xavier Woods. He did that too.
So what do you think's going to happen with New Day? Do you think New Day's going to end, or are we getting swerved here?
I think it's a swerve. I really think
they're going to stay together and just bring Odyssey Jones into the mix and just do the New Day shtick for a while longer and eventually have Odyssey turn?
I think that's going to happen. Would it be cool? There's a lot of rumors saying they're going to break up after 10 plus years.
I just don't think there's a reason to break up the New Day.
There really ain't.
And like a year ago, I pitched my idea for how you would break up the New Day with Big E coming back. But I don't think Big E's coming back. And the only, I don't want to say there's a good way to break up the New Day, because there's not a good way to break up the New Day. Like, the whole thing is positive. And so that's why I love the New Day. But if you were going to break them up, the way to break them up is Big E comes back and he turns. And he turns on Woods and Kofi. Without that, there's no good payoff for turning on the New Day. I mean, for the New Day breaking up, there's nothing good that can come from it. If they split up, what's it do?
Or another scenario would be, there's two scenarios. Jones is probably there just to, like I said earlier, to get the little spotlight. Boom. Or you could just have Big E come on the show, come on Raw probably a couple weeks from now, and just say, in a nice, respectful way, he won't be coming back to wrestling. So he feels best that the New Day, we all just separate and go our separate ways.
So just have it be a nice, hey, it's just time to move on from this because I can't be a part of this.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing it respectfully, doing Big E's, which is Big E don't want to see him feuding, so Big E comes on this respectfully.
Yeah.
We all go our separate ways.
You know, man, I don't think I would be against it happening that way. That would probably be the most, I don't know. Non-stereotypical wrestling way to split up that group, right? Where you can still have some positivity, maybe they can come together for some different things throughout. But I don't. What's the benefit in breaking them up? let's say we want to give
benefit.
Woods a push. Let's say that's the story, right? Monday Night Raw is not the show to be a guy without any friends. So do you split them up and you have Woods and Odyssey Jones together? So Woods has a giant heater?
Nah, I think Jones and Kofi be together. I would say if they did break up, it would probably be because Kofi, well, he probably at that point in his life where, hey, it's time to hang up the boots. Xavier Woods still got time left. So, okay, maybe that's probably another reason.
Woods is still in some fantastic shape. That's for sure.
Kofi, he about up there with Sammy with 17 years, about 17 years,
something like that. Yeah. Kofi been around, man. Kofi's been around.
Him and Kofi been around the same. Him and Sheamus been around the same time frame, so at least 17.
Looks like next week on Raw we could be getting Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy. He's got a new Uncle Howdy has a new mask.
I couldn't even tell.
I say it looks like I know it's been announced, but I don't know. I just feel like that's one of those things that could kind of change things up on us.
Mm-hmm.
And we could end up getting something different just because we're dealing with the Y6 as a whole. Having the Sheamus, I thought the Sheamus Pete Dunne match was really good on Raw. They worked stiff.
They were. I saw it.
That was a really good match. Sheamus winning isn't what I expected.
Oh, he did a little Superman and broke the whatever he had, arm strap or something. He broke that.
Yeah.
And speaking of strap, you got CM Punk coming out with the strap. Yay!
We had the strap match.
It's a strap match. Yay!
So I shared my just kind of my immediate thoughts. I did the article, Raw recap on the website. Anyone who tried to hit that yesterday morning, all apologies. I don't know why it wouldn't upload. But it's there now. You can back, yes. So let's talk a little about CM Punk. We'll talk about that strap match in just 1 second because there's one part that I really like. But the promo as a whole, I've heard like a lot of praise of that promo. And I sit here 3 years into CM Punk's return to pro wrestling. I think yesterday was 3 years exactly of Punk returning to pro wrestling after a 7-year hiatus. And I think about what that was like. And, you know, nothing's going to match that energy of Punk's first return. But then I think about his return that happened a year ago, a little more than a year ago, well, right around a year ago, to Collision. And how that felt. Then I started thinking about all of Punk's promos from AEW. And how a Punk promo in AEW felt like a Punk promo. Like, you didn't really know what he was going to touch on. Mm-hmm. Everything felt like we were on the precipice of a pipe bomb.
That is true.
Nothing he does in WWE feels like that.
You got to remember, he's back in the home where they have scripts. Hey, say this, say that, but you got to say it non-Punk way, but you got to say it in a PG-13 way.
Man. And even still, I don't think he was ever toeing the line of being non-PG era, even in AEW. MJF calling PG Punk. And he was. Always has been. Always will be. But his promos in WWE aren't spectacular. Like, there's nothing, like, I'm not. There was a point in time in, like, 2011 where Punk's promos, like, they made you feel. The pipe bomb, especially in that moment where we didn't all know he's just ripping himself off and Triple H wrote most of the damn thing. But in the moment of not knowing that, it made you feel. His promos with Vince after, his promos with Cena, his promos with Hunter. There was at least some emotion there. And it was snarky, Punk just being a dick.
Even when he was in the straight edge society, he was still a dick.
Yeah.
That too.
His promos felt, I hate this word, but they felt edgy. They felt like he's going to say some shit he ain't supposed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Every promo he's done in WWE since he returned at Survivor Series has been the exact same thing. I love you guys. I love it here. Everything's great. Give me my bracelet.
That bracelet.
There hasn't been a single Punk promo that has felt special. There hasn't been a single Punk promo in WWE that has had energy to it. I will give credit to him and Seth in Cleveland, but that was because Seth carried that thing and Seth Rollins cut the Hangman Page promo on CM Punk. But Punk alone in the ring with a microphone hasn't been great.
It's been. I'll say when it gets to. I'll say when Netflix comes along, you'll get the Punk that everybody knows. But right now, they doing it as the babyface.
I struggle to believe that we will, because I don't know what the catalyst is, and I don't know that, like, it's interesting because a lot of people are like, "Oh, Punk's wrong," and WWE's been so. He hasn't done anything in WWE since he came back. Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, sure. He's been feuding with Drew McIntyre for almost a year.
About 8 months. Yeah, girl,
His return
8 months.
at Survivor Series, it was a feud with Drew and Seth. It's been going for a while. That was the whole initial story. Drew left the ring, Seth stayed there and screamed. Like, this whole thing has been going on since Punk's return. And Punk hasn't had a scathing Punk promo. None of that shit. I just think there's something missing. And again, I like CM Punk. Somewhere around here, I got my Chicago Bullet Club hat. I'm not shitting on Punk. Please don't at me. I'm not. I don't need all the Punk diehards coming after me.
They won't come at you.
I'm not saying anything negative about the best in the world at the mid card. CM Punk is still that. Shots fired. But I don't know, man. It's just like there's just something missing. It's just any Monday where Punk's got a microphone, it's just a mid-level Punk promo on Monday Night Raw. And then
they keep it on the baby face and Drew the heel.
Which doesn't make any sense in WWE. Drew should be the face, Punk should be the heel. But, hey, what do I know, right?
Right.
I thought the Braun Breaker package was really good.
It was.
They're definitely letting us know he's going to be the future of the Red brand.
and hold that IC title for a good while, but probably not for 666 days, but he gonna hold it.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. I thought Randy Orton and Gunther are built into a good match. Thought that was a great match with Gunther's friend
Kaiser.
Kaiser. I want to say Giovanni just because his package of all his fancy cars is so cool.
Mm-hmm. Nah, but he on SmackDown, yay.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a really good match. I really think that Gunther Randy Orton's going to be a match to remember. I hope it's something we talk about being a match of the year candidate.
Match of the year candidate. Okay, match of the year. All right.
Maybe, right?
I gotta think about that one.
Did you watch NXT last night?
I did watch NXT.
So let me ask you a question, Joe.
All right.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry winning the NXT title?
I don't know. That's kind of iffy. I believe he should win it, but then again, I don't know if they'll let him take it over to TNA at the same time if he does win. Now, if he does do that, that'd be like TNA's biggest moment, having a WWE title on TNA. Your champion is a TNA roster, but is holding a WWE belt. Now I would say yes to that because that would definitely bring in a ton more people in tuning in more because Vince wouldn't let that ever happen. A crossover the belt onto another brand, another show, especially another company.
Well, I mean, but it's happened. Like, not WWE, but it's happened in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Many times. Mm-hmm. Most notable for me is Taz under WWE contract beating Mike Awesome, who was under WCW contract for the ECW title.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it happened with Jerry Lawler in the AWA. Mm-hmm. Granted, I mean, a whole different era for sure. But I think Joe Hendry winning the NXT title is what's best for both companies.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't think it's exclusively beneficial for TNA. I think it's beneficial for NXT as well. Because I think it's a very good way for NXT to get talked about by people who don't watch NXT. If a TNA wrestler wins the NXT title, good chance that makes it Sports Center.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of some crossover stuff, when Pat McAfee did some stuff in NXT and a few other celebrity appearances in NXT, mainstream sports and mainstream media, they haven't talked much about NXT.
Not yet.
So I definitely think it's an option.
But
and I think it's the most viable one.
I think it's going to happen. Don't know how. But if it doesn't happen, I would say Ethan Page probably gets himself disqualified. Or count out. No count out. 1 to 2.
Joe?
Yeah.
I have to step away from the podcast for a moment.
Okay.
So you need to run down what else happened on NXT for everyone watching live. I have to go check on something. So here you go. You and Mark.
Right. Oh, snap. All right. Are you ready, Mark? This is going to be me and you for the good brief moment here. All right. So here we go. We're going to run down, break it down, what happened on NXT. So, well, as y'all know, Joe Hendry won the number one contendership because with help from Trick taking out some people. Next, you got Rosa Perez. Now found out who her new opponent is for her championship. I can't pronounce the name, y'all. Sorry. Also, okay, I'm just gonna keep it real, y'all. NXT has been pretty good lately, but it's mostly been about the women in NXT, and I'm just saying, they bringing up all the women shows on NXT. They letting you know that women are about to take over. They letting you know that they are making some, not a lot, but some, be a star. I don't know who are going to be a star out of the women, but they are. Some of them are pretty good. But Rosa Perez, she's definitely in the book top. And I think she's going to move up to the main roster here soon. Don't know when, but it's going to happen. Next, some of them they got on NXT. Some of them are good, but then some of them are like, I wish they could have a better character. But hey, we're doing it. I'm just the guy that's watching it, looking at the characters, the people. Something got some guys moved though, but that's another thing. That's another topic though. But as we move on, I'm gonna be mad when NXT goes to the CW because it's on USA, and I don't get the CW. Like, how you think I'm gonna watch it? I'm gonna probably have to watch it on YouTube or just keep me on here, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Just keep up the news feed on what's going on at NXT when it goes to CW. So that's about it. That's all I can say about that. And oh damn! Look who's back, y'all.
You know, I actually forgot NXT was going to the CW.
I did.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I ain't got CW, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Dude, I don't know if I have the CW either.
Yeah, that's the downside.
I mean, I know I'll find a way to watch it, but I don't think I have the CW.
CW is like what's a good thing? It's not like a popular channel. It's just one of them. Like what's a good phrase? It's like TNN when it was around, or Spike TV. It's one of them channels.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I've ever watched anything on the CW. I know that NWA Power has moved over to the CW streaming platform, but man, you want to talk about something that was fun and totally lost its way? It'd be the NWA. Think about so many people we see on such a regular basis. Spend some time in Billy Corgan's NWA.
Hey.
And really, like, Nick Aldis, 10 pounds of gold, man.
Hey, give him props. He was about to get TNA, but then he decided to go with NWA. He made a better choice, a wiser choice. Even when Dixie Carter had it, he made a wiser choice by not getting it.
Yeah, I mean, he essentially bought 3 letters whenever he bought the NWA. And he's actually made something, but man, whenever the NWA Power first hit YouTube, man, it was so much fun. It was just a fun show to watch. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to have to give it a chance again at some point. Joe.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
How big of a deal is it that we could potentially be witnessing Daniel Bryan's last match?
I'm glad you brought that up because I know how it's going to end.
You're predicting the end of All In right now, today?
Well, I had predicted the other night after watching Raw, and it just dawned on me while watching Raw what could happen. How everybody talking about the New Day breaking up. I started thinking about this Bryan Danielson Swerve match. Then it clicked on me. This is what's going to happen. Claudio is going to stop Daniel Bryan from winning.
What?
Think about it. If you go back and look at every single match them two had in together, he always walked away pissed off at him. At the end of each match, the past 3 matches they worked together, he always looked pissed off at him for pinning. And at the end, that is what's going to happen. Not Swerve is going to win. He's going to win with the help of Claudius because he wants that title more than Danielson. And the only way to make this perfect is for him to cost Danielson his match and his career. If you look at it, go back.
So you think Claudio is going to turn on Bryan Danielson?
Exactly. That promo he had on that, what was it, Collision? How you saying he was the best? If you looked at his face, go back and look at his face. He had that little happy face for a friend, but at the end of it, you saw like he had something pull out, twisted.
I think you're insane. There's no way, man. Dude,
the Blackpool Combat Club is about to be dead, and that's the only way it can be completely dead. You're gonna see the biggest heel turn in the world. You're gonna see somebody that's close to his home get booed, but at the end, everybody's still gonna be happy for him.
Daniel Spencer, thank you for checking us out. You can catch Daniel as a senior official for TNA Wrestling. Perhaps a future guest of the Don't Say Effort podcast. We shall see. Mm-hmm. And Joe, I don't know about Claudio turning on Danielson. I mean, not that I don't see it happening. I don't know if I see it happening for All In.
I see it happening. I don't know how it got brought up in my head, but I see when they kept talking about Xavier Woods getting mad and that look he had on his face, it reminded me of Claudio when he had that same exact look every time. He would leave the ring before they all had a little talk in the ring. He left. Danielson talked. Before that, he even went at that one qualification match. When Pat pinned him, he was pissed. And you saw Danielson trying to cheer him on, and he pushed him away and walked off. I'm telling you.
And maybe I could see it being a feud that follows if Danielson wins. I still believe Bryan Danielson wins. Tonight is the final showdown. Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. This is going to be moderated by Nigel McGuinness.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who don't know, Nigel and Danielson hate each other from their Ring of Honor days.
They do.
Nigel's been training. Reportedly is cleared to wrestle.
Mm-hmm. I heard about that. Yeah.
I find it difficult to believe that we could have Danielson hang up his career and him and Nigel not go one more time. It just seems unlikely, doesn't it?
It does. But
we also have Claudio. Claudio's in action tonight.
Mm-hmm.
AEW Continental Championship is on the line. Okada versus Claudio. That match should be amazing.
And it's officially known as the Continental. No weird name. He changed it to Continental.
Yep. Also have the AEW Women's World Championship is on the line tonight on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
As we're heading to All In, Toni Storm is defending against Saraya.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are speculating that Saraya may be heading back to WWE whenever her AEW contract is done.
I've seen that, yeah.
But I've also seen speculation there's no way she gets cleared to wrestle in WWE.
Yeah, it's possible.
We also have Darby Allin and FTR versus the Elite tonight. Should be a fun match. To have the guys who are representing Team AEW still feuding with the Elite right now after winning Blood and Guts kind of just seems like we don't know another story to be telling with this group.
It should be the Acclaim versus FTR with their third person of their choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand why this match is even happening, but it is. We also like Dynamite nights be full of a lot of face-offs and segment sections. We also have the contract signing between Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné, which means Mercedes is going to have a microphone again, Joe.
I know.
So I've seen this question posed on Instagram earlier today. So I will ask you here in front of everyone. Would you rather listen to a 30-minute Mercedes Moné promo that no one wrote for her, that she just has a live mic for 30 minutes, or do a Darby Allin coffin drop?
So a promo she didn't write versus coffin drop.
Oh, no. She ad-libbing for 30 minutes. No script. No one wrote it. She just has a live microphone. They send her out there to talk for 30 minutes. Or one coffin drop through a table.
I'll have to look into my health insurance first.
Well, I will tell you right now, you can wrap that table in barbed wire and set that some bitch on fire. I'm trustful. You're going straight on through.
I'll have to look into my insurance if it's covered.
We also have a final face-to-face, MJF and Will Ospreay. Now, we now know that All In 2025 will not be at Wembley Stadium. It will be in Texas.
It'll be in Texas, yeah.
So I am going to predict now that Will Ospreay beats MJF in Wembley.
Okay.
I think they want that moment of Will Ospreay with a championship in Wembley in front of his home crowd. They want that visual and they want that moment. And we are not going to get it for the World Championship, which is a damn shame. But they're going to have him beat MJF.
I don't think so. I think they're going to
I think they will, and I don't agree with it.
I think they're going to have MJF win just to have more heat on the fans.
Do you think we still need to build heat with MJF, or can he just always be hated? I mean, he returned from multiple injuries, was gone for 7 months. That's a babyface run to being world champion. That's what that is. He turned heel 2 weeks later.
I know.
Kudos to him for being able to pull it off. But let me ask you, is turning him back heel the right call? To write Daniel Garcia off of TV, was turning MJF heel the right decision?
Yes. I as many things I've seen his promos, the way he talked, the way he act, he's not a babyface. He can't do it. He tried it for what, a month?
He
still went back.
He did it with Adam Cole. He was a babyface with Cole.
Temporarily a babyface. And you looked at all the matches when he did the promo talking, he was a babyface, but then there's some where he was a little heel version of him. It was like a toss-up, 50-50. And him being a babyface, he's not the babyface type. I'm just gonna throw it out there. He's not a babyface. He is.
I would agree. I think he's a great heel. It's just so hard to, like, how do you bring somebody back after being out for that amount of time and just turn them heel? Like, no one's ever done that. Not that I can think.
No. I mean, injury. He came back. They cheered a heel for coming back because they knew they needed something to get them keep watching it. And even when he is a babyface, he can still pull it off. But deep down, you can see him still talking his heelish ways.
Yeah.
So no matter what, even you could try turning babyface, you could try 5 months, it still wouldn't work. People will still see him as a heel.
True. Do you think we will have any surprises tonight on Dynamite?
Surprise. Just that they'll have a little wild card and a little casino battle royal. I would say Tony Khan may do a video package or a special speech or whatever going on now. Hey, but that's about it.
No debuts? You don't think we get Ricochet, Bobby Lashley, MVP?
Nah. Too soon.
You think?
That'll ruin the All-In pay-per-view. They won't have nothing to do. They'll just be there, just watching. So I would say after.
Do you think any of those guys debut at All-In?
I would say if it happens, I would say probably Ricochet would probably be the wild card. Bobby Lashley and MVP, they really don't. Honestly, they really don't need to be in AEW. They really don't.
I like to believe we will get Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin in AEW. When? I don't know. But I would really like to see them together as a group in AEW. And I would like to see them be very, very dominant in AEW.
I would say they would, but since they can't get Cedric, they might have to go with Kenny King.
Do they need another guy?
I mean, they're good with 4 people. They're good with 4 people.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. Also, I do think Dynamite's going to be a good show tonight. I think the matches announced are going to be entertaining. I think Claudio and Okada will be a very, very good match. Again, I don't understand the trios match they're doing, but hey, I think it'll be fun one. It'll be a decent one to watch. be interesting to see Nigel in the ring with Bryan Danielson, with him and Swerve. Might give us a little bit of an indication of what we could see this weekend at All In.
Yeah.
I still stand by. I believe Bryan Danielson wins. And then every match he has is title versus. And whenever he loses, he's done.
I still stand by what I say.
I know. You think he's done. I disagree, but we will find out soon. A side note. Everyone asking.
I told you.
I think I might have to figure out how to sell these shirts for you guys.
I told you.
So, I'll be honest. I've never really, never intended to do merch. Everybody does a thing, and everybody wants to do merch. Never really my intention is to do it. I've been involved with a clothing brand before doing that, and I don't know. It's not. I like designing stuff, but seems a lot of people are very interested in this one, so I may have to figure out a way to get these out for people to purchase them. Work with my printer and see what I can do for folks. The company that did these for me, I mean, they did a great job. It's soft, but the ones what I've had them make, I've picked a specific shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I like a soft tee. I don't like anything too heavy, too thick. So that's all of the quality of their tees that I could speak upon is what I've actually owned. So it may be very. I may only offer to sell these to anyone in the dark heather color tee, just because I know what that feels like and I like it, and I don't want to sell people something I don't like. Much like how I won't do sponsorships for things I don't like. I won't. I'm stubborn, I guess, but I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I will keep everyone posted. Joe, you tell me people are gonna want that shirt. You told me people are gonna want that shirt. I like, and before I told everybody, man, ain't nobody gonna want it. Like, this is just something silly Jeremy wants. But if I figure it out, I'll let everybody know. And if I end up if you end up ordering one, I'll throw in a sticker for you. Again, sticker lounge, promo code podcast 15.
I'm just saying this. When you first made that little display of it, I seen how many people liked it. And when you got the shirt the other day, I said, just watch. They're going to ask for it. And you thought I was playing.
You know what, man? I guess I don't know. I get you never know if other people are going to like the thing you like. You know, you make a thing like, I really like this. And you never know if other people like it. But apparently, people like this one. So we'll see what we can do. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll see what we can do with the "Don't Say the F Word" shirt that has our big heads on it. Maybe we could do something with that too. Who knows? But
Who knows?
everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you weren't live on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're finding us at, we appreciate you. But live on Instagram is where all the fun stuff happens. And it's where you can find out if we're going to end up selling this shirt to people or not. Who knows? But thank you, everyone, for checking us out. I hope you all enjoy Dynamite. In the event that there's anything shocking and crazy, who knows? We may be back on for some morning coffee tomorrow morning. Possibly be on for some morning coffee.
I could do it. I could probably do it tomorrow, morning coffee.
We'll see what happens. Who knows? But thank you all for checking us out. I hope you enjoy Dynamite. Hope you enjoy SmackDown. We'll get together this weekend. Maybe ahead of All In, possibly. Who knows? Right. Thank you. Check us out. Don't forget, promo code Don't Say the F Word, PrinceNow.coffee.com.
Save yourself 10%. Fresh roasted coffee right to your door. And the sticker lounge, man, get some stickers. Don't go handing out butt sweaty business cards to people that you've been carrying around all day. Give them high quality stickers. Let them advertise for you by putting this on their shit. All right. You guys have a great Wednesday. Enjoy Dynamite. We're out.
Out there.